What if I told you that time isn't actually your problem? Stick around as we explore what's really holding you back from achieving your biggest goals and how you can turn things around starting today. We all complain about not having enough time. Whether it's 24 hours or 48 hours in a day, something always feels incomplete. But here's the thing, the issue rarely comes down to the clock. It's about how you're spending those hours. Are you intentionally building your future, or are you just filling time with whatever's in front of you? By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why some people seem to accomplish everything while others spin their wheels. More importantly, you'll have practical steps to become the first type of person. When we talk about productivity, most people think it means working harder. That's wrong. True productivity means balancing your responsibilities with your relationships and personal interests, and doing all of it intentionally. Think of it like this. Productivity isn't a single speed. It's about matching your effort to what actually matters right now. Here's what actually affects how much you accomplish. Your energy levels change constantly throughout the day. Most people ignore this. You might wake up sharp and clear-headed, but by evening your brain feels like it's moving through molasses. If you're aware of when you're naturally strongest, you can design your day around that reality. There are actually several phases your body goes through. First, you build up your reserves. This happens through better sleep, eating real food, and moving your body. You can't skip this part. Then, once you have that energy, you need a strategy for where it goes. It should flow toward your most critical work. Next, you dive in completely. You eliminate the noise and commit fully to one thing. After that drain, you rest. This isn't laziness, it's essential maintenance before you cycle back. Now here's how you layer this into your actual day. Level 1 is about clearing away distractions so your mind can actually function. Put your phone away. Close those extra tabs. Level 2 means showing up when you have fuel in the tank, not running on fumes and expecting results. Level 3 is getting brutally clear about what actually moves the needle for you, versus what just keeps you busy. Level 4 involves structuring your day. A simple list and a time block beats fancy apps every single time. Level 5 reminds you that life isn't just achievement, your relationships matter too. The system doesn't need to be complicated. Seriously. A notebook and a pen work better than any productivity software ever will. Start simple, then evolve. Now, there's one thing that kills productivity faster than anything else: procrastination. People procrastinate for specific reasons, and each one has a fix. If you're unclear about a task, it's hard to start. The solution? Ask yourself why it matters. What happens if you don't do it? How will you feel when it's done? Once you know those answers, the task becomes less intimidating. If you still don't understand what to do, ask someone or look it up. Simple. Another reason people delay is that they misunderstand how motivation works. Here's the truth. Motivation doesn't come before you start, it comes after. You don't feel like doing it, and then you do it anyway, and then suddenly it's not so bad. When that happens, break whatever you're avoiding into smaller chunks. Do one small piece. That builds momentum. Then there's the fear of doing it wrong. This one's common. People imagine they'll fail, so they don't try. But here's what actually happens. You do the thing, you learn what doesn't work, you improve it. That's how everything worth doing actually gets done. Finally, some people feel buried under everything at once. Your brain essentially freezes. The fix is straightforward. Write down everything. Categorize it from easiest to hardest. Assign time blocks to each item. Then start knocking them out in order. You exist in this moment right now. But your mind constantly pulls you backward or forward. The backward pull is the past. You remember failures, embarrassing moments, times you felt bad about yourself. Then you let those memories become predictions. I failed before, so I'll fail again. That's not reflection, that's self-sabotage. The right way to use the past is completely different. You extract the lesson, but you don't let it define your future. You forgive yourself for the mistake. You acknowledge what you learned. Then you move on. The forward pull is imagining everything that could go wrong. You project into the future and get paralyzed by worst-case scenarios. That's not planning, that's anxiety dressed up as preparation. Real future planning looks like this. Clarify what you actually want. Remove obstacles before they happen. Have backup plans ready. Then take action. Visualize it working out. Feel the excitement of achieving it. Let that excitement drive you. But here's what really matters. This moment, right now. Today is your test. You're building a meaningless life one day at a time. But if you spend today on things that matter, things that challenge you, things that build your future, you're creating momentum that compounds. Think of today as a miniature version of your entire life. What you do today, repeated over months and years, becomes who you become. So how do you spend your time wisely today? Channel your current energy into something that actually serves you. Learn a skill you'll need. Move your body, create something. Don't just consume. That 4-hour Netflix binge? It's 3 hours you'll never get back. Watch one episode, then do something that builds your future. Long-term thinking gives you clarity. When you know where you're heading, today's decisions become obvious. And consistency is underrated. The person who does something small every single day beats the person who does big bursts once a month. Period. Show up daily. The compound effect is real. Here's a practical push. Urgency works. If you give yourself 90 days to reach a goal, that deadline creates focus. Instead of spreading your effort thin, you concentrate it. You could complete 4 days' worth of work in one day if you cut out distractions and commit. Set frequent checkpoints. Break your goal into weekly wins. That way you stay motivated instead of waiting months to see progress. Stop saying, "I don't have time." When those words come out of your mouth, what you're really saying is, "I'm not choosing to make this a priority." And that's fine, but own it. Don't disguise it as a time problem. If you keep telling yourself you're too busy, you're signing up to stay exactly where you are. Change requires action, and action requires that you decide something is worth your time. Instead, try this. "I've got a lot on my plate right now, so this isn't a priority today. But once I clear space, I'll make it happen." That's honest. That's empowering. That's completely different from pretending time is the obstacle. Next, actually pay attention to where your time goes. Track yourself for a week. Notice how much time vanishes into social media. Notice which tasks actually produce results and which ones are just busy work. When you see it clearly, something clicks. You realize you've been in control the whole time. You just weren't paying attention. Then, connect your daily tasks to your larger vision. If what you're doing today doesn't move you toward your bigger goal, why are you doing it? Ask yourself that question before you start something new. Now, here's where it gets personal. What actually energizes you? Not what you think should energize you. Not what looks good to other people. What genuinely excites you? Your daily work should include tasks that get you genuinely excited. If it doesn't, you'll burn out. Your goals should be crystal clear so you know exactly what you're aiming for. Your work should feel aligned with your values. If you value freedom, don't take a job that requires constant availability. If you value family, don't build a career that demands 80-hour weeks. And your work should make you feel alive. When you're working on something that matches your skills and your values, you feel different. You feel purposeful. Finally, look for work that pushes you. Comfort is the enemy of growth. If it's easy, you're probably not improving. Trying to do everything yourself is a trap. It's slower and it exhausts you. Instead, get help. Delegate. Outsource. Buy solutions instead of creating them from scratch. Before you spend 3 hours figuring something out, ask, "Is there someone who already knows this? Could someone do this faster than me?" That's strategic thinking. That's how you multiply your output without multiplying your hours. Learn smarter, not harder. Don't learn everything from first principles. Find a coach. Watch a tutorial. Study someone who's already done it. You cut years off your learning curve. Develop a mastery mindset. This has 3 parts. First, master through repetition. Do something every single day until it becomes automatic. That's how you build competence. Second, master the fundamentals before trying advanced stuff. Learn the basic rules of whatever you're doing. Most people skip this and wonder why they hit walls. Third, stay hungry to learn. Continuous learning is how you stay relevant and keep progressing. Focus ruthlessly on what matters most. Not everything is equally important. Something might be urgent but not important. Something else might be important but not urgent right now. Distinguish between them. Do the important things first. Group similar work together so you enter a rhythm. Use a checklist so your process becomes automatic. Build your skills intentionally. Your skills are your multiplier. A person who's twice as skilled can accomplish double the work in the same time. What skills would change your situation if you mastered them? Start there. Then there's the money side. Once you know how to manage your time, start managing your money the same way. Save and invest. Money is crystallized time. Every dollar you save is future freedom. Every dollar you invest is future options. Be conscious about spending. If something costs you 60 hours of work, is it actually worth 60 hours? Sometimes yes, usually no. Use money to save time when it makes sense. If paying for something frees you up to do higher value work, that's an investment, not an expense. Here's the truth about focus. You can't control time, but you absolutely can control where your attention goes. Your attention is your scarcest resource. Protect it fiercely. Avoid these focus killers. Stop task switching. Every time you jump from one thing to another, your brain needs time to re-engage. That switch time adds up. Eliminate interruptions. It takes far longer to regain focus than it takes to lose it. Ignore notifications while you're working. They're designed to distract you. Let them wait. Don't waste your peak energy on trivial stuff. Save it for what actually matters. Here's how to build actual focus. Pick one task and commit to at least 45 minutes of uninterrupted work. Not 15 minutes. Not checking email halfway through. 45 solid minutes. Train your brain through deep focus work. Each time you do it, your capacity improves. Learn the 80/20 rule. 20% of your efforts usually create 80% of your results. Identify which 20% that is for you, then double down on it. Ignore the rest. Understand flow state. This is when your brain is completely absorbed in what you're doing. Time disappears. You're not thinking about other things, you're just present with the work. To enter flow state, create a daily routine and stick to it. Same time, same place. Use a trigger like meditation to signal your brain that it's time to focus. Turn off everything that could interrupt you. Phone away, notifications off, headphones on if that helps. Ask people to give you space. Also do things outside of work that strengthen your focus. Hobbies you love. Reading. Allowing yourself to be bored sometimes. Taking real breaks between sessions. Let's bring this together. You learned that productivity isn't about working more. It's about channeling your energy toward what actually matters. That means knowing when you're strongest, protecting your focus, and being ruthless about what deserves your time. You learned that time isn't your problem. Your perspective on time is. Stop blaming the past for your current situation. Stop catastrophizing about the future. Live fully in this moment while building toward your goals. You learned that you're always in control. That victim mindset, I don't have time, that's just an excuse. You have time. You're choosing how to spend it. Own that. You learned that you can multiply your output, get help, learn faster, master the basics, build your skills, use money strategically, and you learned that focus is everything. Protect it, build it, use it strategically. The bottom line, your life is literally made of minutes and hours. You're spending them right now. The question isn't whether you have time. The question is whether you'll spend it on things that matter. That's it. That's the entire game. If you found this valuable, I'd love to know in the comments which of these ideas you're going to put into practice first. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And I'll see you in the next one. Now go make your time count.